about my love. Wasn't it enough? Just let me know.
Man, so let us know, man. Shout out my boy D Lindstrom, man. I told you he was going live tonight. I'm glad you was able to tap in, D. But man, how you feel about some of the quarterbacks, like realistically for the Vikings to take? Because let's leave out like Anthony Richardson, which I know you're not really too fond on him.
Can I defend Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So we always watch tape. Like, this is the time that like almost every other night, if you come to our channel, you know, you guys ain't got to subscribe or not. That's
man,
not,
you gotta subscribe. What the hell are you talking about? You got to subscribe. Hell of fact.
But almost every other night, I get with my crew or some of us or by myself, and I just watch film because I usually do it by myself anyways throughout the season. But this is the time where I'm like, all right, maybe some people that don't know can get some insight on the games that we have watched. And then what I do is I pick out 2 games that I think statistically they were pretty good at, because how I evaluate any type of player, especially quarterbacks, is like your bad game statistically, I should still be able to see something of note more than your really good game. Like, I should be able to see those flashes of like, oh, did he get out of trouble, or how does he come back from adversity, things like that. So we kind of did the 2.0 of Will Levis because we watched him last year, and I was like, I only saw 3 games of his, so I was like, let me just go back and refresh my memory. Dude, that dude's trash. But one of the quarterbacks that I didn't necessarily say Anthony Richardson was trash. I just wasn't high on him. I just thought he was very vanilla.
Right.
Let me tell you, man, there was a couple things that I was like, wow. And I went and did some research. Florida had like one of the lowest drop percentages as far as their wide receivers in the country. Their defense was not good. So, of course, him practicing against a really terrible defense doesn't help. But intermediately, he did really good in the passing game. Those long balls. And I don't know if you ever heard me say this, Rap, just from me coaching and playing quarterback.
Yeah.
This is one thing that I always tell guys. And I coached this one guy at one point because he had the same problem AR had. He was just overthrowing. I said, I can teach you how to take some of the heat off. What I can't teach you is arm strength if you're throwing it short. Will Levis is the total opposite than Anthony Richardson. And one thing I came away last night, I was like, all right, Anthony Richardson, I'll give him a C+ when he played Kentucky. Then we watched Will Levis, and I'm like, this dude is just not good. You can't teach guys between the ears. You know what I'm saying? You either have it or you don't. And Will Levis has the physical tools. This is what I told the guys last night. I said, when you see him, he's like, he's good here, he's good here, and he's good here.
Yeah.
But as soon as that ball comes out, ooh, he might not have made the right decision. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you look at like Tom Brady, for example, never had like the best physical traits ever, but he was smart between the ears, and that's what got him through. And one thing about Division I quarterbacks that play at really good schools, like Tom Brady from Michigan at one, I'll just use him as an example. If you're starting for a team, you got the physical traits and some compatibility.
Right.
Now, in between the ears, your brain, how you think about football, that's something totally different. If you're not being taught that or you're not learning that, that's one thing. So going back over to Anthony Richardson, his stance in the pocket was real stiff. I mean, he was straight up throwing like this, and his throwing motion, I never like to see guys like wind up like this, and that's how he used to throw. He had fixed that. Well, and didn't fix it totally, but the way that he was throwing today, I can tell that he's working with somebody to get all of that right. He was a little wider in his stance. The ball was coming out a little quicker, and almost on every single one of his deep balls today were on the money.
Yeah, except for one, I think. I think they only won.
Yeah, but I think he's still getting comfortable, so I'm not going to hold his feet at the fire for that.
Yeah, because CJ Stroud missed one too, and he's supposed to have the best fundamentals of all of them, right? So far, is that what people are saying?
Yeah, well, we didn't see Bryce Young throw, but I don't think he has anything to prove.
Is he gonna throw? Is Bryce Young gonna throw, or he's just no? He ain't doing.
He just wanted to do the interview process to see how that was gonna go.
Word.
But he's definitely like, I mean, it's like Bryce Young and everybody else when I evaluate quarterbacks. Stetson Bennett had a really good day.
Okay.
I think he's an underdog in this class. The guy that you were talking about from Fresno State, I've been high on him. I mean, if you go back many moons ago, I was talking about Jake Haener. I'm a big Jake Haener fan. He actually won the MVP at the Senior Bowl.
Okay.
But Anthony Richardson, man, I've kind of, I don't want to say I turned a new leaf, but I like the things that I've seen today. And I can see why people are infatuated. And another thing I'll tell you, is if you're looking for a quarterback who doesn't think run first, I don't think that's necessarily in his brain. I think he tries to make a good play from the tape that I've watched on him. We're gonna watch more tape on him because I'm very intrigued now to see how like his whole season went. I'll probably watch all 12 games that he played in, but the game against Kentucky specifically, he was trying to make it happen in the pocket. He's not first read. He'll try to go through his progressions. His offensive line was okay. So, but yeah, I mean, I just wanted to get that out the way. Like Anthony Richardson, I understand why people want him to be a top 10 pick, but I think this clash is just so anemic because you just don't know. There's not.
Do you think he is going to be a top 10 pick?
He'll be this. This is my prediction. When Bryce Young goes, he might be number 2.
Yeah. I was thinking that same thing. I think he's gonna go be the second quarterback.
We're gonna digitally high five each other. That shit.
Yeah, I think Bryce Young going to the Texans off top. I just think the Texans. I think the Texans and Bryce Young. That just sounds like the move.